Welcome to The Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Hey everybody, welcome back to my podcast. Thank you so much for joining me once again. This is a brand new season. Literally and figuratively. This is a brand new season of The Queen's Lair. This is season 15, episode 1. Can you imagine? We're on season 15. That's so crazy. I started this podcast back in 2012, I believe. I think it was 2012 when I originally started this podcast. It was even on a different platform. It wasn't even on Anchor at the time. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. The listenership has really gone up on my podcast since this whole pandemic has began. And I know that it's because everybody's in the house and, trying to find things to listen to and to learn from and all of that. So I am very happy and proud to, be on the list of your things that you listen to, whether you're listening through Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We're pretty much on every platform right now. So I wanted to give a shout out, because I always do this every few podcasts. I give a shout out to all of the different countries that are tuning in. So I want to give a shout out, obviously, to the U.S. And I want to say something special about the U.S. Of course, this is the country of my birth. My parents were immigrants. They came, from Jamaica in the 70s, and I came along very soon after, and then my sister. The U.S. is going through an unprecedented time right now. And this podcast is going to be about being creative through all of this. We need to come out of the other side of this with a new skill, having read a new book, something. We need to reach past our anxieties and our fears and those dark places where I know a lot of people are right now. It's very tough for me as a business owner to decide, what to do next. And as much as I'm helping, my own clients, navigate their business, trying to make sure that their businesses stay afloat and trying to help them as much as possible, I have to do the same thing for my business as well. So it has definitely been a rough time. A lot of us are dealing with this firsthand. We may have lost family members, of which I have lost a family member myself. So that was definitely something very serious to deal with. But here we are 2 months into this, and we're still here. We're still here. We gotta survive. We gotta keep going. And a lot of times your mindset is the thing that can make or break situations. There's a reason why we're going through this. And maybe it's to teach us a lesson. Maybe it's to teach us how to just sit down and be still, and get back to the things that actually matter. Now is the time to be still and pray. Praying is such a powerful thing. Whether it's you just sitting quietly in the middle of your bed in the morning when you get up, just pray before you even put your foot out on the floor to get up and start your day. It is so important. So speaking about being creative, you want to come out from this, create a new product, create a new system that makes your business run smoother. Mending relationships, whatever it is, you should come out on the other side of this better than when you went in. That's always the goal, So before I get deeper into that, let me give my shout outs to, of course, the United States, the United Arab Emirates. You guys are like number 2 in listenership, which is amazing to me. Ireland, Bahamas, Australia, United Kingdom, Spain, Canada, Brazil, South Africa, Switzerland, Nigeria, Pakistan, Mexico, India, New Zealand, Uganda, and Austria. Thank you so much for listening, literally all over the world. And I can see the analytics. I can see the folks who are coming through their phones. I can see who's coming through their laptops. I can see who's listening through apps and iPhones and Androids, and all of you guys. Thank you so much. You don't understand what it means to me as a digital creator, because that's really what I am. I create digital processes and, things for my clients, whether it's, creating videos and flyers and things digitally for their social medias and managing their brands. It is beautiful to me to know that I reach people all over the world, literally from one end of the world to the other. It means a lot. It really does mean a lot. And I know that everybody is going through, a rough time. We're all literally in this together, and we will get out on the other side of it. We definitely will. We're starting to open up here in the States. Some of our states are slowly coming around. I was out and about for the first time yesterday since March 15th, which I was glad to get out. Traffic during rush hour was definitely not like how it usually is. It usually stands still, but it was a lot of traffic out, but it wasn't backed up. It was moving. But I saw a lot of stores still closed, completely dark. I don't know if those stores are coming back or those businesses are no longer in service anymore, and all the food places are only doing curbside service. I didn't see any dine-in happening yet in my area, but my heart and my mind and my spirit is definitely with those entrepreneurs and business owners, because this is going to be a very trying time and a very telling time for our businesses. So my thoughts are definitely with you guys, because I'm right there with you. So like I was saying, come out on the other side of this reading a new book. Challenge yourself. If you are a person who loves to work out, maybe you're going to reach another goal, in your workout. Maybe you're going to reach another goal in your creativity of making products, products for your business. Maybe it's digital products. I created a few digital products that I'll be dropping before the week is out. So I'm so excited about that. Subscriptions and things like that. I have been blessed to really just sit down and just be still and just think of what are some things I can do to streamline my business, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited for what's coming with that. So reading a new book, starting on new projects, learning an instrument. Did you always want to learn how to play the piano? Did you always want to learn how to play guitar? There's so many resources online. Google is your friend. YouTube, you can YouTube anything. Search for anything on YouTube and find out how to do stuff, so challenge yourself to come out of that place of anxiety and that place of depression. I know that is a major thing for a lot of people right now. You feel like you're in this dark space and just being worried. People are, it's just at the very core, worried about getting sick. What if the one day I go to the grocery store and that's the time, I mean, I know that that is a very real feeling, and it's a very real scenario, but we can't live in a state of fear. We can't. As a country, we have to reopen. I'm definitely not against reopening, but I am all for being smart about it and reopening at the right time. I do think that we opened too early here in Georgia, but now that we're here, let's be smart about it. Let's wear our masks. I tooled around to, different places, and I was saddened to see that a lot of people are still not wearing masks. I would say 90% of the people I saw outside did not have masks on at all. So that was kind of concerning. I did go to the post office. Everybody who went into the post office had a mask on. I will say that. I was in the post office for maybe 10 minutes. And everyone that came in, everyone that was going out, the workers, everything, masks, the whole nine. And the social distancing, the lines on the floor of where to stand and all of that was definitely a thing. So I was really glad to see that from my local post office. But there's some other places that completely are just like, we're just back to normal, and we have to be smart. We definitely have to be smart about what we're doing. Make sure you're washing your hands. Everything that you do, washing your hands. Make sure that you, if you've been around all these different places, make sure that you, strip down your clothes and throw them in the washer as soon as you get home, take a shower, all of that, especially if you've been in compromising, situations. So, like I said, this is a time to get creative and not get caught up in our heads, and let this time really teach us something, instead of looking at the situation, why is this happening to us? What are we going to do? Flip it to the positive side as much as we can. And it's not easy. It's not simple at all. I'm right there with you. Flip it to the positive side and be like, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I come out of on the other side with this? And I think if we come at it from that perspective, it will be a positive thing. It'll be a very positive thing. So I just wanted to come in with a word. I know I said I'm going to try to do as many of these podcasts. If I can do them every day, I'll do them every day. I'm going to try to stick to the everyday schedule as much as possible. But I just wanted to kind of give an encouraging word to my listeners and, my veteran listeners who've been listening for many years, and also for the ones who are just discovering my podcast. Welcome, Go back and listen to the old ones, the past podcasts. I have a lot of stuff on here. And if you want to connect with me, you can connect with me online. You can find me at Onyx Queen Media on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. I'll talk to you soon, you guys. Bye.